Hello, builders. How are you guys doing?
Hi, good day, everyone.
It's a good day. Yeah.
Good day.
Hello, everyone. Yeah. This still 1 minute left, so I will a little bit more. I'm still suffering a terrible kind of cold. I think it's kind of flu. Yeah. So my voice is not well. I may cough during the Brixide chat. Please apology. I'm in advance. All right. So it's 1 p.m. UTC. Uh, Not sure what time in your country. Probably nighttime in Asia Pacific area. Is it morning? Really?
Yes, it is 2 p.m. this side.
2 p.m. Oh,
Yeah.
you're kind of near me. Like my time is like 1 p.m. now, so you're like somewhere in what Turkey,
Somewhere in Africa, let's say.
Africa. I see. Wow.
Yes.
So today is Brickside Chat 13. Let's briefly check how Huntstown's going on first. So right now, yeah, it's about 5,159 builders joined to Huntstown. It's really becoming the hub for Web3 builders all around the world because like surprisingly, not many people know about this amazing globe. Tomo made actually. Uh, let's apologize for Tomo. Yeah, Tomo, this is a really great job. So yeah, there's a globe here when you go to the haunted town. Yeah, it's really cool. Brown, where are you at? Which city? Is it in Africa?
Okay. I'm in Nigeria. I
Nigeria.
didn't hear you first. Yes.
Nigeria. Uh,
One of the biggest country in Africa.
yeah, this is like a based on city.
Okay. Okay, city. I'm in Uyo, Akwa Ibom,
Lagos.
precise. Lagos is a central base. That's what it shows. But I'm currently in the city. I'm in Uyo. But Lagos is the central base that shows if you are from Nigeria, Lagos is the central place that shows in everyone's location. But
Yeah, right.
currently,
Yeah.
I'm in New York.
All right. So yeah, I mean, based on this, like, there are so many builders in this area too. Yeah. See, you can see. Let's see. Probably the most builders are in Korea, Seoul, right? Oh, so wow, 156 builders. So it's kind of really cool place to go to visit Seoul to see all the builders, Hunchtown builders living there. Yeah. I'm in here, dun, 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 island. Wow, three more builders here. I've never seen these guys though. Oh, Belfast, maybe London, London. Oh yeah, there are more builders in London, definitely. Yeah. Uh, and Amsterdam. Probably Mr. Kyler lives in Amsterdam, right? Oh, Kyler is not here today? No way, Kyler is not here today. All right. So yeah, this is the cool globe that you can kind of explore like all builders in all different cities. So yeah, check it out. It's you can just go to hunt the town. All right. So let's quickly check what happened over the last week and this week in the Web3 spheres. They're not. We have a project showcase today, so I'm not gonna eat up too much time for this. So I'm gonna just choose three topics to discuss today. The first one is how many builders here who has Farcaster username? I mean, using Farcaster like Workcaster, Farcast. I don't know which is the right name to call that, but yeah, it's always like confusing. Yeah, Goma has wow, Goma, you got the username undefined. That's kind of cool name. Solar, wow. Oh my God, Tomo, your username is just two, like T-O. Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, so apparently, oh, could you turn off your mic? Some, who is it? Like, I can hear my echoing voice. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. So apparently, Farcaster recently gains a lot of attention. I was so surprised because I've joined Farcaster for a really a long time ago, like probably in the very beginning, because at the time, the co-founder of Farcaster, which is DWR, I think, yeah, at the time to join this Farcaster network, only like an invitation accepted. So I had to send a message to DWR, yeah, and then get into there. And at the time, there were about like 5 to 6 thousand people. Now Farcaster exponentially growth. Like, wow, look at this chart, this beautiful chart. Every builder kind of dream about this kind of, user graph, right? Like including us. Yes, this is so beautiful. So yeah, I think it's really interesting to discuss about how this happens. What is the motivation of this sudden tipping point of it? Um, so, Farcaster is quite interesting network actually. So, Farcaster is a name for their kind of Web3 social network protocol. So, like this is kind of permissionless protocol, so anyone can access this network to operate a DApp working on top of Farcaster network. So, what I said, WordCast, this is one of their DApps, but actually this is the most popular DApp because this is made by the team, the co-founders of the Farcast network. So everyone probably uses Workcast to use Farcast network, I guess. Even Vitalik use heavily Workcast nowadays. I mean, yeah, Vitalik is one of the early users actually. So he used to post lots of contents to Farcast network for a long time. And nowadays, yeah, he even used Farcaster first, not Twitter anymore. Yeah, so it's like it seems like this became his main thing to use. And there's also very interesting things happens recently called Degen token. This is a meme token. They launched exclusively for Farcaster users. And then uh, at the same time, there's also a very interesting tool called Frame. Like Frame is kind of like a code bit that you can kind of put some application on this spot on your thread. So like people can make a kind of dice roller, some lotteries, like moving NFTs and stuffs. Like you can even add the action link and stuffs. Like so, it's different to the embedded HTML. It's more like a, I don't know. They make kind of as a kind of protocol, like a frame protocol. So you can call this function to add something, and then they can deploy in a thread like this. So yeah, by using this, the Dzen meme coin got huge attention because they used to use what is it, the dzen.lol, was it dzen.lol? Yeah. So they shared airdrops, and then by using the frame, people can use the daily allowances to spread these degen tokens to other people. So not just for your stuff. So this kind of quickly spreading entire Farcaster network, and the degen token got huge attentions. And then at the same time, Farcaster brings new user, maybe because of degen tokens, I guess. And base network also gains lots of network spikes up together. Look at this, the coin. I mean, this is a meme coin. So yeah, I'm not sure if you're gonna ape in, and then you have to DYOR heavily. Like, believe me, I aped in a lot of meme coins. None of them successful so far. I always lose money. So please don't if you don't want to be like me. But anyway, these N tokens gain a lot of attention, and then it's kind of sharply the prices also grow went up. So yeah, it's interesting. So if you're studying the Web3 social network, definitely Farcaster would be the best benchmark protocol for you to dig out. And Warpcast has a lot of interesting format to utilize that. Uh, all right. And do you have any words to add for the Farcaster? If so, then just turn on your mic and then just hop on. No? So Tomo said that Tomo has Tio. Wow, this is really Tio. Wow, two. So you're gonna code as a two, huh? And the Goma is called undefined. Nice username. So yeah, I think this is all about the kind of important things to know about Farcaster, I guess. I kind of shared interesting article here. Very intensive research about Farcaster. So there are literally everything in this article that you need to know about to understand about the Farcaster network. So yeah, when you have time, just read this article. It's really summarized well. All right. Okay, next topic. I want to talk about this. So, Bukele, President Bukele, re-elected today, I think. Today, yeah. When I checked earlier, yeah, the opening rate was, the poll opening rate was just like about 30% to 40%. And he already got 83% votes, so which is completely, almost 100% possibility to be elected. I think at the moment, probably is already officially elected, I guess. Um, I think this is good news for Bitcoin price because yeah, today Bitcoin price spiked up because of this news, I think. Yeah. Other than that, I cannot find any good news to make this Bitcoin movement up. Um, there's a interesting thing actually. Oh, let's check about this first. So I checked about their portfolio valuations. Uh, so you remember El Salvador purchased 2,381 Bitcoin long ago. I think back to 2000, yeah, 2021. And then sadly the Bitcoin price down really went down like a more than like a less than one third like down to their original value. So yeah, Bukele, President Bukele, like was really in difficult, tough positions politically at the time. But they keep holding. Even they purchased more actually. Recently actually, almost 10 months ago. And yeah, they finally positions gain a lot of profits. Now it's over 3.7 million dollar worth. Oh, Kyder joined. Yep. Hello, Kyder.
Hello. You didn't start the event in Discord itself.
Oh, really?
Nobody got the notification.
Oh no, sorry.
No
Oh,
worries.
I thought this automatically begins.
It doesn't for me. Now it does.
Oh, so probably somebody turn on automatic. Somebody turn on manually, but I thought that is automatically turn on, so I never clicked it actually.
No worries. Yeah, go on, just started. We're good. Okay.
Oh, Goma started it. Okay, so yeah, somebody started it automatic. I know, I mean like manually, and then I thought that it's automatic. Thank you, Goma. Yeah, so El Salvador, the Bitcoin like position is now big profit regions. Yeah, and yeah, we wish to keep going up, right? And Bukele, he has a lot of promises actually for the re-elections. The biggest one actually for him is not Bitcoin. It's for the crime rate actually. Before his term, El Salvador sadly was one of the most dangerous countries to live actually. Their crime rate was like a top second worst in the world. Now the crime rate is lower than 1% level, like actually less than 1% after his regime. And he really his second term is actually he said that they're gonna permanently clean out all the gangs, especially in charge of those like drug gangs. So which is the biggest promises. But other than that, actually he has interesting promises about Bitcoin bonds. So he said that they're gonna make the Bitcoin bonds. I don't know how will it happens. Like they have to make what company invested private financial firm that it may be registered in probably in America, SEC, to launch the Bitcoin bond globally. I guess. Uh, yeah, but if anyone knows about the details, yeah, you can just turn on your mic and then share about this news, about the Bitcoin bonds. I actually didn't check the details about it, but yeah, obviously this is a really great movement for Bitcoin. Yeah, so I think that's why today's Bitcoin price is kind of moving up because of this good news. I think. Anyone want to add up more your opinions or some information that you want to share about this El Salvador and new president? No, not new president, like the re-elections of the Mr. Bukele. Kyler just claimed that he's manipulating the price. Then, Kyler, please make about 5% of today. I'll give you 1,000 build points if you can make 5% up. Okay. All right. Okay, let's speed up because there's a really interesting project showcase. Actually, I want to mention about the Chinese crisis. Actually, Chinese economic crisis. Are there any Chinese builders here, or living in China, Chinese boundaries, or Hong Kong? Any builders here? No. Yes.
Yeah,
No.
Chinese.
Oh, I see. Who is it?
Hey, it's both.
Bo. Oh, you're in Chinese boundary. Which city is it?
Well, no, so yeah, I moved out of China, but
Uh-huh.
went and
Oh,
visited
so
in
you're originally from China, but you live in different countries. Okay.
yeah, that's right.
What happened actually? Is it happening something in your Chinese market like recently? It's like almost the 30% of the stocks are halted trading because of the too low index the price level. Have you ever heard about it, or are you following the Chinese stock market? No.
Yeah, I mean it's a continuation of just issues that have really precipitated since COVID, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, I think back in 2020 or 2021, like China every year always sets kind of like a GDP target, right? That was the first time in I think 20 years that it ended up not setting a GDP like growth target
Uh-huh.
because of just the ramifications that COVID was having on the rest of the country. And
Yeah.
so now I think we're in this situation where you have this sort of like post-COVID issue
Uh-huh.
that's really been plaguing the economy where certain industries are just having a like hard time just kind of just bouncing back as well.
Especially
And then you
the
also have
yeah. Yeah. Keep
well, that's
going.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. And then of course you have like all the issues with China with like things like population growth.
Mm-hmm.
You have inflation issues as well that are just kind of plaguing China broadly. And so like yeah, right now it's just not a good time in China. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And also, you
yeah,
guys have a lot of ongoing issues with the real estate market, right? The development market, the real estate development market, like Hongda or is it Evergrande, right?
Evergrande, yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. They finally went into like default, right?
right.
Although that's kind of been a kind of in progress type of thing for the
Uh,
last couple of years. I think one of the so I mean, okay, so like if you look at like I don't know how like kind of like economic to get into here, Um, but like there are things that economists look at when talking about a country, right? Things like productivity growth, things like total factor productivity, right? Which is essentially
Mm-hmm.
um, a sign of overall like efficiency of an economy and stuff, and all of that has kind of been deteriorating,
Yeah.
right? Quite significantly over the last couple of years. Not to mention as well, in China, you have this like quite a lot of like corporate debt that's being taken out. Not as high as the U.S. Actually, no, I think it's higher than the U.S. now. I think U.S. is around like 80% and China's around like 130%. But anyway, that's being taken on, right? And then of course the question is who is actually providing the money to fuel this debt, right? Like what you've seen in the real estate industry and what you've seen with Evergrande is essentially just people's faith
Mm-hmm.
in China
Yeah.
slipping, and that oh wow, like if the real estate market is falling apart because the people who were providing the capital for the debt,
Yeah.
right, can't provide more capital, then what's to prevent the rest of the Chinese industry, corporate industry, from falling apart as well? And so
Yeah.
you're seeing this like, multi-dimensional thing that's happening in China right now, where obviously, yes, like
Right.
economic growth is down, right?
Yeah.
Like, a household, like, like new kids being born and like workforce population is going down as well. Productivity is declining. But now on top of that, you have this whole like sentiment issue that's
Yeah.
happening with China as well, right? Where there's a lot of debt in the corporate space. People are defaulting on debt, like large companies are defaulting on debt in China, right? Like this is impacting obviously the household consumers. Like, does this mean that the rest of the corporate industry is really going to plummet?
Yeah.
Um, so I think that's
Right.
that's kind of the scariest thing that's happening in China at the moment, and that's why it's
Yeah, as you pointed out, it's like a multi-dimensional. Like not just from one thing's happening. Like yeah, even Evergrande is really big case. Like yeah, Irvin said that even that's kind of Ponzi scheme. Yeah, I partially agree with it. I mean, is it supposed to be Ponzi because that's kind of how the project financing works, right? Like they get up a lot of funds to build up something very big architecture, and then they sell out to kind of higher premium prices, and then they can make lots of profits. That's kind of project financing schemes, right? But I don't know if it's called as Ponzi scheme or not. But yeah, that's kind of just one of them. Even I searched some reason like, why that suddenly market like a drops down at one day like this. And then some people say about the Trump's new news about it, like he suddenly mentioned yesterday that he is gonna impose 60% tariff rate if he elected later to Chinese products, which is terrible news for them. So this is kind of one of the reasons I think. Just like the short-term, reasons for sudden shock about this Chinese market. But yeah, what I want to know is that will these things kind of positive or negative for crypto market? This is kind of what I wanted to know. I kind of researched about it, but there are not many clear opinions about it. Like some people said this is obviously terrible news for crypto market too. Some other person thinks that this is kind of green light for Chinese governments to dig into more Bitcoin miners and crypto markets again to gain another movement or momentum of the price. Yeah, but there's no any clue for that, so I wanted to discuss about it actually quickly. Any guys have some opinion about it? Then what do you see, Bo, about that? Like, do you think this is gonna badly affect the crypto market or possibly affect the crypto market at least like kind of mid or long term point of view?
I thought crypto wasn't really accepted in China.
Yeah, they really kind of shuttered down, for a while, right? And then some people think that this is gonna be kind of starting moment that they have to look back because they literally has very limited options at the moment, especially the the guidance of the powering USD over Chinese yen, they need to have another momentum to kind of battle against to USD. That was kind of another people's opinion.
Yeah, I mean, even though China, like crypto isn't legally accepted in China, like people still buy crypto, right? Like there's a lot of different ways that people are buying crypto in China. It is tricky though, because like you would expect that with real estate and stock market prices like tanking and stuff, people will be looking for another avenue like to make gains. And like Asian people, Chinese people love to gamble. So it's like, oh hey, like this kind of goes hand in hand. But the other flip side of it is, like if you're like, just think about it from like a personal perspective, right? Like if you're down like 60%,
Yeah.
right? What are you more likely to do? Are you more likely to just kind of hold it and be like, well, shit, I'm already down 60%. Like, like might as well just hold on to it and just see what happens. Or are you going to sell out of it and buy something else that like you don't know, right? But that you think could go up. And like, I don't know the answer to that, but I think that's
Oh, some noise. Yeah. Thank you so much for your opinion. Like, I think this is kind of interesting topic for other builders also to think about, because yeah, this is ongoing issues, Chinese economic crisis, and obviously we need to see how this is gonna affect badly or positively on crypto market. So that's why I brought up this topic. All right. So now today we have very interesting project showcase. Fight.fi. Let me type this. Fight.fi. Let me type this in the launch. And yeah, the project will be showcased by Root, right? Are you there?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hello,
Yeah, happy
Root.
to do a little showcase. Keen to explore what we've built. Sort of just go into some depth around how it adds to the community.
Awesome. Are you gonna share your screen, or do you want me to just show my screen to the builders?
Yeah, I can share my screen.
All right, then you can share your screen now.
Just give me 1 second. Sweet.
Oops, sorry.
Is it coming through?
Sorry. Okay, yes, it's coming through. All right.
Okay, sweet. Yo, what's up? So I'm just gonna quickly run through sort of why we are building this, how it works, who we're building it for, and then quickly run through the platform in terms of like deposits, withdrawals, and how governance rights work. And then yeah, happy to answer any questions along the way, or if anything comes up, just raise your hand or shoot me a question. I'll be happy to answer it. We've also got Bo on here from the team, which is epic. But yeah, maybe I can just kick off with a verbal explainer. So what we're doing is we've seen across the treasury space that there's a lot of projects that are sitting with extremely concentrated positions of their native governance token. So an example of this would be a protocol that has a treasury and they're sitting with 95% of their assets in their native token, for example, Uni token. Now, this creates a couple issues, especially if the protocols are using their treasury to predict operating runway or to pay employees or to pretty much just run the company. And I mean, that is the purpose of most treasuries, is to serve the community, to give out grants, to really help build the project. But the issue is because there's such a concentrated position, it's difficult to realize this value. So say, for example, if Uniswap wanted to sell 1% of its treasury. Actually, I did a mock-up now for Hunt. Maybe it would just be interesting.
Root, sorry, but the you're showing wrong screen, I think. Like there's nothing information on your screen.
Yeah, is the screen coming through now?
Just like those radio channel screen. There's no any website or slides like. Yeah, we can
Okay,
see your
like,
screen, but just
okay, I'm trying
now,
again.
right? Yeah, now I can see your desktop view.
Okay, let me just double check that it's coming through. Yeah, I'm showing. So
Yep.
now you
Yep.
can see I'm
Yep,
on the Hunt
perfect.
token.
Yep, perfect. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
So here's an example of like how price impact would potentially work for Hunt. So we can see there's 50% of supply that's not currently circulating. It's like roughly 33 million, 100 million tokens. If we had to sell like 1% of tokens on a normal aggregator like 1inch for USDT, you would be hit by like up to an 11% price impact, and this sort of just increases the more you scale it. So like 2% sell off, now you're being hit by 20%. So basically, protocols almost can't sell out of their positions because they're just hit by price impact. And I mean, some of the ways that people are doing this at the moment, some of the ways that they're getting around it is with market makers and such. But the issue there is that it's not so transparent, and the interests aren't necessarily aligned if the market makers have terms that are favorable to them. So what we've done is we've created a liquid vault, and how this works is we have one liquid vault with 25 tokens. So over here you can see the tokens that we've included. Our larger deposits are from like TrueFi, Alchemic, Silo, Origin, got some USDT, and you can deposit any one of these tokens in return for the treasury token. So say you had to deposit 10k worth of Hunt, you would receive the equivalent USD value worth of treasury token. Now this treasury token fluctuates in price, so it's currently valued at like $1.08, and it fluctuates in price depending on how the assets in the vault perform. Now it's quite a dynamic protocol because you can deposit and withdraw directly through the protocol. So if you had to deposit Hunt to receive treasury, you could then burn your treasury to receive different tokens like either USDC or some of the overweight tokens. For the tokens which are overweight, we incentivize you to withdraw those overweight tokens. And similarly, for the tokens that are underweight, we incentivize you to deposit the underweight tokens to reach their target concentrations. How this works from a practical level is our clients are treasuries and sort of founders or core members or whales that have large positions, and they buy directly into our liquid vault, receiving a number of treasury tokens, and they then have diversified their risk amongst 25 tokens without having to actually sell out of their token first and being hit by that price impact. The idea is that long-term treasuries would actually just hold a portion of treasury token, and when there are expenses, you can sell the treasury token directly on the open market instead of needing to sell your native token and causing downward sell pressure. So what we realized when we were building this is that some people want to maintain governance rights. So we allow for a number of tokens which we've developed the option to maintain governance rights for. So any of these tokens you can deposit. We will then spin up a separate non-custodial vault, which will provide the same exposure to the assets in terms of price movement, but you will then be able to delegate your governance rights to for example, like a snapshot address where you can then continue voting. So yeah, in a nutshell, I would say that's what we've built at the moment. We've got around like nearly 1.4 million in TVL so long. we currently whitelisting new projects that we support. After looking into Hunt, we decided it would be a cool project to move forward with. So you can see, like if I go deposit, you guys can also feel free to play around with this on your side. Like if I want to deposit, just scroll down to Hunt, and then I can sort of just type in like, and what it does is so we use either Uniswap sort of V3 liquidity, or the tokens are consistently priced right. So at the moment, if you had to deposit 1,000 Hunt, you would receive 31 treasury. And you can see at the moment, like we have a bit of Hunt deposited. We have 5,100 Hunt deposited at the moment. For anyone who is keen to use our protocol and check it out, like once you have deposited, you'll receive TRSY. If you deposit over 500 TRSY, you can receive a referral code. If you don't receive a referral code, that's also fine, but there's a stake. You choose your stake amount. So I'm currently you can also unstake. There's no time like here for. So we have our so you can receive treasury, stake treasury, and receive 5 points. We think that the price performance of treasury over the coming months will be strong given market conditions. I mean, that's a good starting nutshell of what we built, and would be happy to answer any initial questions off the back of that. I don't know, Bo, if you want to add in anything.
All good from my side.
Thank you so much for the great showcase. Your voice was a little bit disconnecting in between. Breaking. But I think in general, I could understand well. So let's start to dig out your awesome 5.5 by sharing my screen too. So before this Brickside chat, actually, I tested out. So currently, I just like tested. I deposited just very small Hunt tokens. Let me see. Yeah, this is my dashboard. Can you guys see? Yeah, I have 31 treasury tokens. By depositing, I think I deposited like 100 Hunt tokens just for test out. Very interesting. So my understanding of this amazing platform is that these tokens can be in a one basket as a kind of sharing vote, and then based on the overweight, based on the target rate, so overweight or underweight, kind of the treasury tokens has a share in between these each tokens. Now it seems like it work in a kind of in a protocol level, right? It's not in the DEX level. So for example, when you deposit underweight tokens, so for example, Hunt tokens. So I deposited 100 Hunt tokens earlier, and then I got that treasury tokens. And if I try to withdraw, then somewhat I just get like 80 something tokens back because of the underweight value. Is that correct, Ruth?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we incentivize you withdraw deposits underweight and overweight tokens. So if in overweight, you will receive better exchange rate to draw that.
Wow, a lot of breaking your voice. Sorry. Yeah, a lot of breaking sound. Could you check your?
Sorry, I can jump in. Yeah. So I mean, essentially,
I can change the voice.
Okay.
Yeah. So why don't I just jump in? He's been having some power issues all day. But essentially, so like if you're depositing a token if you're withdrawing a token that's underweight, then yes, there's an imbalance penalty, and so and if you're depositing a token that's overweight, then there's an imbalance penalty as well. And that's how we ensure that risk for the vault stays like kind of within bounds, right?
Yeah.
Is that like and because like obviously like no one wants to get hit with like
Right,
a
yeah.
17% imbalance penalty,
Yeah.
and so that's essentially how we ensure that everything stays kind of
So good
working as
strategy can be like you deposit in the underweighted tokens and then you withdraw back from the overweight token. Is that correct? Like,
absolutely.
yeah.
So yeah, so, like actually one thing that our community member found was that like he had deposited TrueFi and Silo, and he
Yeah.
wanted more TrueFi tokens,
Yeah.
and so he just withdrew like TrueFi tokens, and
Yeah.
he was like, oh my god, like this is actually really cool because
Yeah.
right now there's nowhere in the crypto space
Mm-hmm.
where he can trade TrueFi directly for Silo. Like that
Yeah.
trading path does not exist, period. But he could do it here for super cheap without having to pay any sort of like imbalance penalty or like without having to pay like any crazy gas fees.
Yeah.
So to him, it was just like a win-win.
So if this they become kind of bigger later, then what people can act is like they kind of purchase these undervalued tokens and then deposit here to get the treasury tokens, and then withdraw these overweighted tokens to get kind of higher value. I mean, the more quantity probably that compared to the market.
Exactly.
Yes, that can be
Exactly.
the
And
popular strategy.
one
Right?
feature,
Uh-huh.
yeah, like one feature that we're actually adding in
Yeah.
like the next month or two is so if you go back to the previous tab,
Yep.
yeah. So here you see deposit and withdrawal. We're actually going to add a swap function in here as well.
Oh wow.
In the next month or two, yeah. And then that way people can directly swap the tokens within our vault without having to go down like the deposit for treasury and like all that sort of stuff.
Oh wow, this
And
is
so
awesome.
it's
Is it
yeah.
kind of accessible in a protocol level? So like this is kind of open source protocol, so anyone can code this, right? The protocol function.
That's right.
Oh, so they can be utilized into another kind of strategy like a curve pool or other pools, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. Wow. I have questions actually. So what mechanism decides this target percentage of each asset? Like for example, Hunt is targeted 0.8% at the moment. What factor decides this target value?
Yeah, so it's a combination of things. One is like because because everything has to add up to 100%. And because it costs us like a lot of gas as well to whitelist tokens, we need to make sure that the tokens that we do whitelist are scaled based on the amount of risk that they can contribute, right? And so smaller cap tokens are generally speaking more risky. And so the more kind of smaller cap it is, the smaller the concentration amount. And of course, we have a large allocation to ETH right now, because that's also going to get put into like restaking tokens, liquid stake tokens, and that sort of stuff.
So is
And so
this percentage kind of fixed one, or is kind of dynamic based on the couple of factors like market cap or kind of risk factors that you guys? Yeah.
Super dynamic.
Super
that
dynamic,
changes over time.
Over time.
Like that changes every couple of weeks.
I see.
And so like right now the concentration targets are just set by the core team for now, but like that can always change. And in the next day or two, we're actually opening up our escrow period by popular demand. So it's a way for people to just deposit tokens without having to worry about concentration limits, without having to worry about imbalance penalty, and without having to pay as high gas. So it's actually way cheaper gas to deposit in the escrow. And deposits in the escrow also get like all the points and stuff on day one. So so feel free to take advantage of that as well.
Awesome. Okay, in between, while we're asking questions, Goma, can you share the form for the whitelisting of the today's POAP NFT? Yeah, let's save the time. Because this project is very interesting, so I have many questions, so I want to save the time. All right. My next question is about the fee structures actually. So I noticed that there is first of all the deposit fee, which seems like a fixed fee, about like a $17 value of the Ethereum. Could you explain about the fee structure of using this protocol?
Yeah, so I think that's just gas. Gas is just a bit expensive at the moment. And also we're using Gelato, which isn't necessarily the cheapest thing, but it's the most secure relayer. But that's kind of the trade-off, is we built our protocol to be super secure. But because of that, it is a little bit more expensive in order to, just pay the gas cost.
But I
Moving
noticed that
forward,
there is the physical fee, and then this is the gas price. So is this like a kind of set deposit fee that is decided, or is it for something else?
and so you deposited a hunt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think so that's probably broken down into the actual gas fee, which is the $8, and then the gelato fee, which is like the $17, which is kind of insane. Or the 17 minus, sorry, it says the value. So the value of the deposit was $17, right?
So yeah, this is the gas transaction fee that I paid, I think, and then there in the so I checked your contract, and then there is something about the fee structure. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
So yeah, so that's not the so the $17 isn't the fee itself. I think that's how much you may have deposited. The fee that we do charge is 1% for the entire year. Which and that's like that's taken continuously over time. So if you're in the vault for call it 6 months, you get charged 0.5%, right?
Yeah.
And so that is, yeah. And so that's kind of the only fee that we charge, which we think is quite reasonable considering like Yearn, for example, charges like 5%, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify because this is kind of one of the most important things about fee structures, like
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I noticed that there's a relay contract, and then so yeah, when I make the transactions, there's actually relay contract, and the actual transactions is different. It's quite difficult to search about it, but let me check this one. So this was the contract that I made, and then it
Yep.
kind of goes to the relay contract, and then the actual contract is linked like this. Oops. Oh, what's going on? Oh no, sorry, not this one. Oh, I can't find it. Yeah, there was
Don't
something.
worry.
Yeah, some other actual transaction is linked with this. Could you explain like why you guys have two different contract code for that?
Yeah, so it's a two-step process. Part of it is to prevent any sort of like front running and back running, right? Like
Oh, I
MEV
see. Yeah.
and arbitrage, a
Right,
two-step
right.
process.
Yeah.
And so when you're like depositing a lot, like that actually prevents, any sort of like MEV arb, which is super important, I think, to like,
Right.
clients who are trying to put in call like 10, 20, or like 30K,
So it's kind
right?
of like a
So
wrapping contract for that. Yeah.
exactly, yeah. And so like, yeah, so like gas is a little bit more expensive for the average user. But if you're putting in like, a decent slug, like, most founders
Yeah.
or treasuries and stuff, like it's much safer, right? You don't have to worry about like MEV arbitrage. You don't have to worry about like, a hack or like anything like that because of the sophistication of the actual relayer and like the keeper
I see.
mechanism.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I think probably you're right because this is kind of sometimes it's that the ratio is kind of ridiculously more recruitable here because of the undervalue and overvalue things. Probably is going to be targeted by those older MEV bots. Um, for some reasons that I cannot find any transaction histories in your website. I think it would be great if you can like record those, or just kind of indexing those records, and then just like a spread here, so somewhere here, so that I can search my previous records because I could not find the actual transaction of this because this is my just blockchain explorer that recorded it automatically, right? And then I was looking for the actual transactions linked with this, and I couldn't find it. You just show that the transactions check the transaction while I'm making this transaction. There's a link, and then after that it's just completely gone.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good feedback. Yeah. we'll take that back to the team
Alright.
and add it to the list of things to hit.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So I think, yeah, this kind of all my questions. Do you guys have more questions? Builders listening this interesting project. Urban, you kind of hunt whales, right? Do you have any questions of this protocol?
Just will it always be using Ethereum fees, or would other protocols be used as well?
Yeah, so when we launch our escrow, actually, like the fees are going to get slashed dramatically, and so the escrow is live in the next day or two. And
Oh,
so
amazing.
like, yeah, and so by depositing into the escrow, what happens is you just pay like the main transaction fee on ETH right now, which is maybe like $3 or $4. On our end, we bundle all of the transactions together at the end of the escrow period and submit it as one through Gelato. So that way, like it's so much cheaper for everyone involved. That's one thing that we're doing right now, just to kind of get around how expensive like mainnet fees can be. The other thing that we're exploring right now is using layer 2s like Arbitrum or like Optimism, having deposits on there and then pushing the data back down onto mainnet. Right, and so that's that's another way that we can technically do it, but that's still a very much like work in progress. I think for us, like over the next 2 months, there are two main priorities that we want to do. One is, of course, is make this current protocol as seamless, as efficient, as effective as possible. And two, like, just make sure that whether we decide to push for like eigenlayer integration or like an L2 integration, right? Like we make a strong decision around that.
Awesome. Eigenlayer. Wow. So you're gonna utilize the restaking protocol too.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff in the works with that. I can't share all of it yet, just because we've not decided on all of it yet.
Exciting,
But
yeah.
to the extent that we do, I'll be happy to kind of share it here with
Right.
you guys first.
Do you guys have any backer, like, like for this project, like kind of investment? Yeah.
So if you go on the website fi.fi,
Yep.
yep, and just scroll down. It just keeps going down. Yep. Yeah. So these are our investors, for example. OP Crypto was our lead investor. We have Big Brain as well, who they're like one of the largest investors across the Solana ecosystem. Arrington Capital, I mean, that kind of goes without saying. Michael Arrington was the founder of TechCrunch. Merit Circle, one of the largest protocols in the space, and so on and so forth.
Are they all like
Yeah.
kind of based on US, right?
Well, Merit Circle is based in Europe. Cogitant is based, I think, across like US and India.
Uh-huh.
And we also have a lot of other investors that aren't listed here as well. Like a lot of like, OG like DeFi protocols invested in us, like 1inch, for example. The core team, they're invested in us, Liquidity as well. So it's quite spread out.
Awesome. Awesome. Do you guys also plan to kind of look into the Blast network? Like they have very unique structures. I think it's kind of interesting to look into for this protocol, right?
Yeah, so one thing that we are cautious about is just the security around Blast.
Oh,
Just because like
I
everything's
see,
done
yeah.
out of like a
Yeah.
like a multi-sig, for example. It's and like and like we don't want to risk the security of like any of our own clients. So we're just being very like careful and judicious about which protocol we do decide to align ourselves with. I see two questions from Loza. Is that all right if I just hit those two real quick? Yeah,
Yeah,
so relation between Sushi. So Sushi actually wants to use us for treasury management purposes. The core team has already started to deposit into us. Their CEO, Jared Gray, we're on like very good terms with. They're supporting us and we're supporting them. I actually have a missed message from him, so that's I should check that after this. Team size, so we have 9 to 10 people at the moment. Most of that is on the development side, where we have 5 developers, and then the rest of the team is across like BD and marketing.
Do you mind if I ask, like, I saw the sushi proposal, which is really cool, actually, the process you guys made it. But compared to that, they made quite smaller value of staking compared to the proposal. Is it still ongoing
Yeah.
or yeah,
Yeah, so it's still ongoing.
still
So
ongoing?
far the what people want to do is deposit into us, but with a smaller amount.
All right.
So, we proposed 50K on the AMA. I think, what we aligned on was probably around like 25K.
Mhm.
And so with, the actual core sushi team at the moment, 25K seems to be like that right number.
Yeah.
So we should hopefully get that closed
So
fairly
it's still
soon.
ongoing. Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
I think like this is very new concept to the market, so I think yeah, the teams are quite cautious in the beginning because it's too new. Like there's no any, I don't know. Did you guys have any benchmark for this protocol, or is it completely newly built by yourselves?
Yeah, so actually the concept has been around since the 1960s. This was originally a traditional finance vehicle called an exchange fund. Not to be confused with an exchange traded fund, two very separate things. But essentially, with an exchange fund, they would go around to executives or founders of companies, right? So, like, you go
Yeah.
to like, CFO of Tesla, Nvidia, Goldman, right? General Motors, Nestle, so on and so forth.
Uh-huh.
And you say, guys, all of you have super concentrated stock positions in your company, because that's what most of their bonuses were.
Yeah.
It's not safe, right? Because you shouldn't have that much exposure to a single asset, kind
Yeah.
of like crypto.
Like
And so
Elon
what they would
Musk's
say is,
case.
all right, guys, take a portion of your concentrated stock position,
Yeah.
put it into this one fund, and in return, everyone gets the returns of the overall fund. So Morgan Stanley today, actually, I think is the largest issuer of the exchange funds. They average around $1 billion AUM. I used to run them for my clients back when I was at JP. And so, like, this concept has been around for, about
In
60 years now.
traditional
It's just
fund, right? Like traditional finance.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is this kind
Exactly.
of new trial in the crypto? Is that correct?
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So similar to Pendo, for example, right,
Uh-huh.
where they stripped yield. So Pendo actually is based off of a traditional finance vehicle as well. It's essentially for Pendo, it's the same thing as Treasury strips, which is the financial instrument.
Mhm.
Again, super esoteric, but the whole idea behind financial strips is you trade the face value of the Treasury bond and you trade the yield, the implied value of the yield of the Treasury bond separately, aka exactly what Pendle does. Yeah, that's super esoteric. And the crypto space loved it, and it's done really well. So we're doing a very similar thing. We're taking like a traditional finance vehicle and just bringing it on chain.
Awesome. Yeah. So I think it must be really new concept for the most of the crypto founders. I think, yeah, it may still need a little bit time probably to make bigger deposits, in my opinion. And also the audit report. You guys had the audit by Halborn, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Maybe you may have one more audit with some more noticeable auditor, I guess, because this is kind of new concept, like at least like Certic or above. I mean, just my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, because I've never heard about
Yeah.
Harbon actually, honestly.
Really? So
Yeah.
Hallborn is one of the best auditors in the space. They're
Oh, really?
tier one.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So they're
Oh,
yeah.
I'm ashamed.
Yeah, so Certic is unfortunately like a tier 3 auditor. They're everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But it's because like they're so cheap, and so like you can pay like 15K for a Certic audit, and essentially what they do is they take your code, they put it into like this like black box algorithm, and it spits out if it's like passable or not.
I thought that's the most auditors
well,
do. Harbon's not like that.
No, so Hawthorne, they actually spend 6 weeks ripping our code apart. So as Urban Gladiator said, yeah, they're quite well respected in the
awesome.
crypto space. So they ripped our code base apart over the course of 6 weeks to evaluate like if anything stood out.
Yeah.
They were the only audit group to do that. We spoke with everyone, like Spearbit, Cholabits, QuantStamp, so on and so forth, like all of the tier ones. Everyone said we'll give you 2 weeks. But like we built the protocol, we know how complicated it is. There's no way someone can go through this in 2 weeks. Hallborn was the only one that said this is a really complicated protocol. We're gonna need 6 weeks, and not only that, but we're gonna put our best guy on this. So we got the best auditor from Hallborn, who and like 2 other guys on the team ripped our code base apart. And yeah, I think we passed with flying colors.
Awesome. Do you mind if I ask the cost of using Harbon? Is it confidential?
What, sorry?
The cost to use Harbon.
Oh, cost. Yeah, it was. So we negotiated a really good deal with them. And also our investors helped. Initially, the quote was $250,000.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, we negotiated them down
expensive.
to $120,000.
Wow, still very expensive. Wow, it's like a big investment on a security audit. Wow, that's obviously add on more respect for this protocol. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't cheap out when it comes to the security. Like our most expensive hire, right? Period, was the former head of security at Synthetics. Like he joined us from Synthetics, and so that's and we spent a lot on him. But that's kind of our approach towards security in the space.
Oof, it's been a long time to go with the website Synthetics. Oh my god.
yeah, right. But like, I mean, they're proper OGs. I don't think they've been hacked, so they're doing something right.
All right. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining today. And I feel like it will be amazing if we can invite you guys again later on after the TVL is a little bit up, and then maybe you can also discuss more about like an improvement part, and then I think this is really great trial for the cryptospheres, because I mean honestly there are so many whales in this sphere, especially the teams holding, and then there's always been issues. I think this kind of trial is always the great movement for entire crypto space. So I completely want to support this kind of actions. So thank you so much for joining today's project showcase, Bo and Root, right? Yeah, am I correct?
Thank you so much for having us.
All right.
I think so.
Awesome. Okay, so now almost time's up, but it's time to do the raffle, right? Many people probably waiting for that. Let's check the status. So, Goma, is whitelist almost done? Oh, thank you. Yeah, let's make a big applause. Yeah, it was really great showcase. Yeah, we learned a lot actually. We learned a lot. Personally, myself learned a lot. Okay, so whitelist all done. People aren't minting. Let's see, 173 so far. Are any people still not whitelisted? Desire still not whitelisted. Nelly still not whitelisted. Goma, could you check? Nelly, maybe you can just share your address too, so that Goma can just add right away. Goma said that he added you guys. And today there may be some newbies. Just for quickly introduce anyone who wants to do the quickly introduce, just turn on your mic by waiting for those 2 builders to add in. No one? I see some of the newbies today. But it's not pressure. Maybe you can just
Nope.
All right. Nope. All right.
Nope.
I see. Oh, Clint, what happened? Oh no.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What error is it? Like, I think it's like just your network issue, Clint. Oh, that's RP's error. All right. Uh-oh. Who is this? Okay. So Clint, you couldn't mint yet? Yes, no. Sando, you can't mint too? Maybe it's kind of time to change our POAP like to another chain. Right. Fork things. I think we may need to change to probably what about BNB? BNB nowadays is quite fast because there are not many transactions. Yeah, Goma said that you may need to refresh the page or change your MetaMask RPC addresses to that. Okay, so Sandok successfully minted. So let's wait Clint for 1 more minute. If not, then maybe just Goma can mint things and then just send to Clint. Okay, for newbie here today, let me explain about Brickside Chat again. So yeah, Brickside Chat is a bi-weekly online meetup for Haunted Town builders. It's very casual format, as you can feel. Like we don't have any like a set like kind of agenda, like very set agenda like other meetups, right? And it's very freely designed atmosphere. So we want anyone just can turn on the mic and then say something. It's like a literally you guys joining some offline event. So this is how it's designed. We also have project showcase like today. Yeah, it was a major showcase, right? So if you want, so this is how it's decided for the next Brickside Chat. After this, probably today or tomorrow, I'm gonna post the poll to decide the next date for Brickside Chat 14th. Probably I'll give you probably 6 options and then people vote and then the most voted time will be the next Brickside Chat time. And if you want to showcase your project, you can just leave a comment on the Brickside Chat event thread that I'm gonna make later on. Maybe it's gonna be called Brickside Chat 14th after this, right? You can just comment about your project and you saying that you want to do your showcase. We usually maximally allocate 2 projects per Brickside Chat due to the time spans. All right. Okay, Clint, are you ready? All right. Okay, so everyone's ready now. So let me check. 182 in total. Let's see. 182. Okay. 182. Double check. Refresh. 182. Okay. So we are gonna choose 3 lucky people today. So first and second person to choose is gonna get 200 build points. 200 build point each, okay? Let's spin the wheel for the first person. First winner. Bum 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 bum. Who's gonna get the 200 build points? 200 build points, 200 build points. 118. Who has 118? Who has 118? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No one?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna skip it. Remove. Okay. Spin the wheel again. So this is how it happens. If you're not here, you're not gonna get selected. You're gonna just skip. 51. Who does have 51? Number 51 NFT. Number 51. I'll give you 5 seconds to Javier. Javier. Javier, yay. Alright, congratulations. Now, second person to get also 200 build points. Ready? Go! Oh, Urbans, thank you so much for the donation. Number 34. Number 34. Number 34. I feel like I'm an auctioneer. Who does have number 34 NFT? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No one? No one? Okay.
Nope.
Skipped over. Spin again. Still second winner to get 200 build points. Number 57. Who does have number 57 NFT? 57. Oh, Sando! Woohoo! Yay! Congratulations. Goma, please give him 200 bid points, please. Goma, are you there? Sando. Oh, you don't have enough. Okay, I'll give Sandok. Sandok. 200 bid point. Yes! Alright. Now, the last person to get 1 billion NFT. 1 billion NFT. Alright, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Alright. Spin the wheel. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Oh my god, very early number. Woohoo! Number 5. Number 5. Number 5. Who does have number 5? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nope.
Really? Really?
Nope.
It's Clint.
Yeah, Clint.
Yay! Woohoo! Congratulations, Clint. Congratulations. Okay, I'm gonna send you the NFT after this Brickside chat. Alright, so today's Brickside chat was really informative, I think. Yeah, it was great project showcase. It was really great fun. Let's meet again in Brickside chat 14th in 2 weeks. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys. Keep well.
Bye bye.
Bye.